The date is Friday, August 17th, 1984 in Argos, Indiana. Darlene Hulse, a 28-year-old young mother of 3 girls, Melissa, Marie, and Kristen, were at home having a normal morning. Her husband, Ron, had went to work at Young Door in Plymouth, Indiana. Darlene told her daughters, her 2 oldest daughters, Marie and Melissa, to take a bath. While they were in the bath, there was a knock on the door. They heard some sounds and came out to see what was going on. They saw their mother being attacked by a stranger. Darlene Hulse screamed for her daughters to run, which they did. Still wet and unclothed, they ran down the street across a highway to their grandparents' house to tell them that something was wrong. By the time the police came around, Darlene was gone, as well as her attacker. This is the story of Darlene Hulse. My name is Jen, and I am with my co-host.
I'm Bekki.
And we are 2/3 of Criminally Curious. Donna is on an extended vacation, and so we are bringing you this case together. Stay tuned. We are walking in the footsteps of Darlene Hulse. We traveled to Argos, Indiana 2 days before the 41st anniversary of Darlene Hulse's death. Now, Argos, Indiana is a small Midwestern town, one of those places that you drive through to get to somewhere else. Cornfields, forests, roads that people don't go down, still made of gravel. That's your scene. So on that morning of August 17th, 1984, Argos probably had a population around 1,500 or so. That shows you how truly small that community was at that time. On that morning, her 2 daughters, Melissa and Marie, ran to their grandparents' house to tell them that something was wrong. They ran, wet and still unclothed, down the gravel path, which was kind of like a street, but really not, across a highway to get to their grandparents' house. So here in this next footage that we're going to show you, we go by Darlene Hulse's house. Now, we always try to be very respectful and get not too close to the property. So you can imagine that it does look different today than it did in 1984. There have been additions to the house. And so back then, when you look at pictures, it really stood out on its own. They didn't have a lot of the trees and what's there now. But we're gonna show footage from our drive by the house. All right, you guys, we are now on 20B Road. We just saw the grandparents' house that Melissa and Marie, the 2 girls of Darlene Hulse, ran. So they would have run down this gravel road, and the Hulse home, family home, is going to be here on your left. We are coming up to it right now. Right here, it's a ranch style house. And this is where the family lived.
Still does.
No, they don't live here.
They don't?
No, they don't live here. But this is where it happened. This is the house. And again, Darlene was taking out the front door, down the driveway into the suspect's car, and they drove to the right, which we'll be going down soon. The girls came out of the door naked after the bath, and they took a left. They went back to that highway that we just were at to cross to get help from the grandparents. And this is where Darlene was. She was taken into the suspect's car. Apparently, out of respect, we're not going to go close to the house, obviously, but you can still see some of the blood on the gravel. You can see this is all gravel. And that's where she lived. Right here. This is where it happened.
The driveway.
And she was taken down that driveway. The suspect parked in the driveway. And so the suspect would have taken her through the front door, put her in the car, and then drove off this way. And the girls would have run the opposite way.
So the girls ran to their grandparents' house, which was down the road and across the highway. They went inside and told their grandmother that some man was in their house hurting their mother. Once that sunk in, she called the police, which was quickly. The police then came but went right by the house. So she had to recall the police and tell them to correct, that they had gone too far down the road, the highway. The girls were in the picture window at their grandparents' house watching their home across the way. I don't think you could do that today. The trees and shrubs are all grown up too high, but at that time, there was probably a clear line of sight.
Here's the footage of where the grandparents used to live.
Okay.
You can zoom out.
We are sitting in front of the grandparents' house where the kids ran, and they sat in the big picture window in front of the house and watched the police go past the road and turn around and go back. So this is the grandparents' house.
I don't see a picture window, do you?
It's on the other side. It's on this side.
Oh, you saw it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's kind of described. It was kind of described well by the girls because it's kind of like a bay window, but it's kind of a square. It's a bump out.
And you could see it from that side.
I can see it from that side.
Okay. Hit stop and we'll do that again, Bekki, since we missed the window.
On August 18th, Darlene Hulse's body was found off in a forested area of Olive Trail. Now in the footage that we're about to show, I do call it Olive Drive. Everything is a drive in Wisconsin, so it's Olive Trail. That's what I meant to say. Sometimes when you're live filming, you don't really think about what the actual streets are called, but it is Olive Trail. Now at the time, there were forests on both sides of the road. In the footage that you'll see here shortly, there is a cornfield now across from where Darlene Hulse's body was found. They don't know the exact location, but they do know that it was in that vicinity. And we went there, and here's our footage. All right, guys, so right now we are on Olive Road, and this is where they found Darlene Hulse's body. So it was in these woods, about 8 miles from the home? And you can kind of see that this would be, it's heavily wooded. There's nobody out here. This would be like a perfect place. There are lots of perfect places, really. but you can kind of see back there. But this is where her body was found the next day, in these woods. And here you can still see some of the barbed wire fence. And if you remember, they said that part of the fence was cut, and so her perpetrator was able to somehow get over the fence, get Darlene over the fence, and so her body would have been back there. And again, you can see that wire fence there. So this is where her body would have been found, guys. Right here. So that is the original fence, I believe. So after that, we went to Maple Grove Cemetery. Darlene Hulse was laid to rest in that cemetery.
It took us a while to find her actual stone. We didn't have a map or anything, but we did find it a lot faster than I thought we would.
Mm-hmm.
It was a nice, sweet little stone, probably 18 inches by 18, or maybe 24 by 24, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
There was nothing around it, so it kind of stood out.
Yeah, it did.
It didn't have any flowers on it or anything, which kind of surprised me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But
the cemetery was very well kept, and it was very nice. It was very beautiful there, it seemed very peaceful. I got a very peaceful feeling when we were there.
Mm-hmm.
So we did pay our respects at her grave. I always like to leave behind flowers or something. I left behind some crystals. So if you ever go to these sites and you see the crystals, it's from me. It's kind of my thing. But we did pay our respects. And again, we were there 2 days before the 41st anniversary of her passing, which was kind of like, we didn't really plan that.
No,
it just kind of happened. And so it was very surreal being there, I think. How did you feel being in Argos around that time when we put two and two together and we figured it out?
It was a coincidence, really.
Yeah. Yeah.
And of course, we were doing the Decker.
The what?
The Decker thing. Never mind.
Oh, I know. Okay. Yeah. No.
What's it called?
Yeah. No. So I think that, but I think, again, I felt it was very peaceful, and, we didn't even plan it. It just happened to be 2 days before the anniversary. And so, to me, it felt very surreal being there that close to that date. And it almost kind of gave me chills, just being there. And I think for us, why we wanted to make this channel and these videos is because being at the site or being where something happened like this really gives you a full picture of the area, of what happened. It's just a feel. And I think that is a very strong connection, to actually go and see these sites. And it really, for me personally, it really makes a difference in viewing these cold cases that we've been doing and that we will be talking about. So anyway, here is the footage of the cemetery where Darlene Hulse was finally laid to rest. All right, guys, so we are in Maple Grove Cemetery. And we found Darlene Hulse's grave, which is up here. Now, her anniversary, she passed away on August 17th in 1984. So we're here on August, what is today? 15th. So we're here a couple days before her 41st anniversary, 41 years. So here Darlene is. Darlene Hulse, October 15th, 1955 to August 17th, 1984. So we found Darlene. We're gonna pay our respects and we'll catch up in a little bit. So these were some of the locations that we visited while we were in Argos, Indiana. We did get some more footage of other places as well, which we will be sharing in some video shorts coming up next week. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Also, this is part 1 of our case on Darlene Hulse. We will be doing a part 2 when Donna gets back from her extended vacation. So make sure that you subscribe, like, and share our channel so that you can follow along with us on some more road trips. My name is Jen.
My name is Bekki.
And we are Criminally Curious. Thanks for watching. We traveled to Argos, Indiana 2 days before the 40, should we do like a B-roll or something? A B-roll is kind of like when you mess up when you're trying to shoot a video, and
That's my favorite part.
it's my favorite part too, I think. But maybe we should do like a B-roll or something. I don't know. What do you think?
Go for it.
Okay. What are you gonna say for our outro?
This is Bekki, outroing.
We traveled to Argos, Indiana 2 days before the 41st anniversary of Darlene Hulse's death. Now, Argos is a very small Midwestern town. It's one of those towns that you pass through to get to somewhere else. So again, lots of cornfields. Just that again, this is for our B-roll. When you watch the videos.
If you could just watch the videos while you're speaking about it, you can just bullshit your way down the road.
That's true. I'm not that fancy though with technology yet. We'll get there.
Okay.
We'll get there.
Okay, bye.
Bye.